want to share with you a little upcycle today of a graphic t-shirt. And last week we made an over-the-collar dog bandana with a matching headband. So this week we're going to make a bandana that's not over the collar, one that just fastens around your dog's neck. And it's going to be double-sided reversible, and it's going to be made out of a graphic t-shirt. So I'm going to turn this little graphic part into the front of my bandana. I'm going to make like a little Valentine's Day themed thing with the kiss, you know. And then I have this skirt that I wanted to turn into a mini skirt anyway, so I'm going to cut off a few inches from the bottom, and that's going to become the back. The only thing that I really want to be careful of is that these are two really different materials. This t-shirt material is much more stretchy and this linen is rather stiff. So I'm going to cut my linen a little bit bigger, so that way if the t-shirt material stretches, it's going to not be larger than the backing material.
First, I remove the trim from the skirt to get a good visual of what I'm working with. I cut the front of the bandana first so that I know how much fabric I need for the back side. And to do this, I just measure the length of the graphic. Here it's about 20 inches. I draw the point of the bandana 10 inches in the middle of the graphic and cut out a triangle. Then I lay this flat on my backing material and cut out a triangle just a little bit bigger. I pin these two right side together, and then I'm ready to move on to sewing. My first stitch is going to be just a regular straight stitch, following the line I've created with my pins, and just leaving about a 1-inch hole open so that we can reverse this bandana and make it right side out. I usually position that hole right in the middle of the top straight edge so that it's easy to sew up with my next seam. Then I flip my piece right side out. And it's important to make sure that all my edges lay nice and flat. Now I sew a nice zigzag stitch around the edges of the entire bandana on the right sides. Being extra careful around that hole that I made, making sure that all my edges line up perfectly. And I use my finger just to guide the piece through the sewing machine so that I keep the same distance between the seam and the edge all the way around. Just making sure that I keep my fingers away from the mechanisms, because I can tell you from experience that doesn't feel good. Now that the bulk of my bandana is done, we just need to add the Velcro that keeps it together on my dog's neck. Just make sure that you're using a sew-on Velcro and not a sticky back, because that can mess up your thread. And I just sew a square around the edges of my Velcro, making sure they're in line so that they can close together. And once that's finished, just trim the ends of your thread and you're ready to go.